Tomorrow morning, Hamilton County Commissioners will decide how much funding help seniors and the mentally ill will receive for the next 4 years. Commission President Greg Hartman is joining us today to discuss the levies. Now, this has been a hot button issue for the past week or so. For people who might not know about it, explain what's going on and why this is important.
Sure. Well, there'll be levies on the ballot to be voted on by taxpayers this fall. This process, we're deciding on what the funding level request is, and these are critical services to seniors and those with mental health issues. So we vote tomorrow on what the funding levels that taxpayers will decide on in the fall. The challenges with the economy that we've been in, we've seen declining property values, which means taxes staying the same means less money going to the levies. So to create the same revenue stream for these levies, we would have to increase taxes, and I think that's tough to do right now when people are making less and their homes are worth less. So that's what a lot of the buzz is.
And when you're talking about raising taxes, how much more would taxpayers be paying?
It's about $6 to $7 for each levy. Doesn't sound like a huge amount in isolation, but we have 11 different levies that come up every year, and you really got to hold the line on property taxes, especially in an urban county like this. If you say $5 or $6 per 100,000 in value is not much, if that's if that's your theory and philosophy, that leads to really explosive property taxes. Our property tax bills are already too high. So, you know, we're weighing what are important services, what's an appropriate level that we can all support for the ballot in the fall. And I really don't think it's right to raise taxes in a tough economy where people's homes are worth less and they're making less money. So I think the public might say that now is not the right time to do that, but these are all still critical services, and these levies are important. What's the funding? What's the right funding level? That's the issue that we deal with a lot in this job.
And if this didn't reach the appropriate funding level, what could this possibly do for the programs for mentally ill or elderly citizens?
Sure. I mean, that's the balance. I mean, we want to make sure the proper funding exists to deliver these important services. For instance, for the elderly, Meals on Wheels programs that keep people in their homes, and what that does for seniors, it lets them stay in their home, which is a great thing for a senior. It also saves money and keeping them from not having to go to a nursing home. I'm convinced we can keep it flat, not see a tax increase, and also continue to provide the important services. That's kind of the analysis that's going on right now.
All right, and when is the vote?
The vote's tomorrow, and then it'll be on the ballot in the fall.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us and speaking with us about this important issue today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you can let us know what you think on our Facebook page or on WCPO.com. And again, we want to thank Commissioner Hartman for coming on and joining us and speaking.